Biodiversity is spread across land, air, and water. But just as a tiger or even humans are suited to living on land, the fish are adapted to a life in water. While birds and insects or bats know how to fly in air. By its appearance itself, you can tell that this animal naturally is found in snow-laden areas. Yes, it is the polar bear of the Arctic region. Notice how well its fur is blended with its snow-clad habitat. The polar bear has thick, oily fur coat over itself as well as a thick, fatty layer underneath to keep it warm even in the extreme chilly temperature range. Its feet help the animal to walk on snow without slipping. Similarly, this animal is someone you are very much familiar with. The black bear. A black bear weighs almost half that of the polar bear and is slimmer than the polar bear. Its legs have claws that help it in climbing up trees, as its feed includes tree fruits, berries, honey, etc. The black bear's claws are very sharp and paws are very strong to kill the prey in one punch. Now, let us try something exciting. Can you find something odd in the pictures? You can easily trace the presence of black bear in the frame. But were you able to spot the Arctic hare, which is a kind of rabbit? There is a polar bear along with the brown hare. Can you spot both easily? Which one did you spot easily? The polar bear, of course, because forest is not its habitat and its white fur stands out in the backdrop of the forest. This animal is the red fox of the tropics. Now compare this animal with the one on the right. This is also fox, but does it show some difference from the earlier one in its appearance, in its environment, its body structure, etc.? It is the fluffy and furry Arctic fox. So, the habitat or the place where two kinds of foxes live is different, and so is the appearance of their body. They also differ in their feeding habits because they are each adapted to own habitat where their food is available and their coat helps in camouflage. A snow leopard has white hairy body to live in snow-capped mountains successfully. In other words, it is adapted to a life on snowy mountains. These black and white feathered birds are found in polar regions. They can live and move effortlessly on snow. But all these organisms need to have specific areas where they can live, get their nourishment and propagate most successfully. And that is what is their habitat. Plants and animals live in different habitats. A habitat is the home address of a living being in the vast environment on planet Earth. The features that help plants and animals live a successful life in their respective environment are termed adaptations. The tiger stays in lush green forests and hides itself and waits to catch a prey, which may be a deer. The deer, on the other hand, can run fast and vanish among trees of the forest to save itself being caught by the tiger. Camel is a desert animal which has long eyelashes to prevent entry of dust in its eyes. Its feet have membrane between toes, which helps it to walk in sand. A lotus will survive in a water body as it has floating and broad leaves. This plant needs minimum water conditions for its survival. Is basically a desert plant. These thrive well only in areas with standing water. These require cool climate with moderate amount of water. Plants and animals have adaptations to help them lead a successful life in their respective habitats. A place where an organism or living being has easy access to food, shelter, can reproduce, has hideouts to protect itself from its enemies, can hide himself from its prey. Adaptations help in successful survival in many ways. In breeding, in procuring food, for smooth growth, anchorage and movement, above all, in camouflaging or protecting themselves. So, some common adaptations which we can observe and recognize commonly are: a cactus with its spongy stem and spine-like leaves help to reduce transpiration. They live in the water-scarce desert and are adapted to conserve water. The roots of water hyacinth are fibrous as water is readily available. The animal shown on the left is desert rat and it has certain characteristics. It is active during night and has long slender tail. The animal shown on the right is muskrat and it has different characteristics. It is active during late afternoon and has a smaller tail and use it for propulsion in water. You may discuss these with your teacher and in groups.